Top five, top five, top five.
Yeah, girl, you ready to do this? You ready to count this thing down? We're doing the top five, heard? Yeah, let's set it off with 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Ranked Top 5 List of Stuff That Don't Matter. I'm your host, Tung La, live from Tokyo.
Damn.
I shouldn't be here, but hey.
No one should.
No one should, but we're here. Anyways, we're excited because we like sports.
And patriotism?
Yeah. I like sports every 4 years. I guess
Every 2 if you count the winners.
That's right. That's right. Today, I am so happy and excited to introduce my first guest. You know her. You love her. She has the biggest opinions about everything, but but especially the Olympics. I am telling you, this episode idea has been in the making for as long as I have known this person. Non-stop badgering to say, Tung, if you do not put me on this Olympics episode, we are no longer friends.
That's verbatim. That is a quote.
I'm not lying. She said this to me. Of course, I am talking about Des Connors Warmington, everyone.
Woo, woo, woo. Thank you so much, Tung. This podcast has drawn us closer as friends, and so now you get long Facebook Messenger tirades.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sometimes, well, we have to remind Des to save it for the cast. Even today, before the recording, we're like, Des, do not talk about the episode. And then she starts listing off nominations.
I was using puns. I was trying to be clever.
Yeah, you are clever.
Thank you.
And I'm so happy we're doing this, finally.
I can get off your case for 2 years.
Until the winters happen, and that will be in another thing. Although, you know what? Let's do it one episode at a time. Mm-hmm. Speaking of just episodes, podcasts, all these things, the next guest, Des, do you want to introduce him for me? The first episode ever.
This is an ungettable get. We are very lucky to secure this man's time. He's always busy. He's a polymath, so he's a sound designer, improviser, actor, teacher, and he's also my older brother, which is not something he puts on his resume, but it's something that you should know about him. It's Al Connors.
It depends who's getting the resume. I mean, I got to hot rod it. Hello, everybody. Happy to be here. Thank you for the introduction. DJ Difficult Sister.
This is a get for the Pod Cavern, everyone. 2 comedy award winners in the Pod Cavern today. This is quite something. Al, is this your first podcast ever?
Not my first podcast ever, but I am certainly not a frequent podcast guest. So happy to be here.
We are going to fight for this to be your favorite podcast ever, and you're going to be wanting to be on episodes just like Des, giving me your hot opinions and forcing our friendship into turmoil if you don't get your way.
Hey, let's see how well my noms are ranked.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, bribery.
Al, we would be remiss, of course, if we don't introduce the last guest, and you have the honors to do so.
Holy shit, it's Leslie Charapy, everybody.
Frank. Rank Nation. It is I, Leslie Charapy, representing you. That's right, we're a new entity in the Olympic Games this year, and I promise to podium all of the events.
OMG.
Yeah, that was...
Leslie, how patriotic of you. Are we our own entity now?
I think Rank Nation is a new entity. I think Rank Nation should represent in the Olympics.
Because just any old entity can enter the Olympics.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of jellyfish. a stand of trees.
But the difference is Leslie has always called the friends and the family of ranked nation, and we are a nation. And I think you have to be a nation probably to enter the Olympics.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a flag.
You have a flag? Well, that's it then.
There's the Pod Cavern logo. That's the flag.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a
Do we
great
have a
logo.
mascot or anything like that?
I just want to know what the Olympic uniforms are going to be.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Even
That's-
better.
Oh, yeah.
One of the best parts about an Olympics is
It's true.
what very specific fashion style is going to represent your country.
It's true. It's true. I was thinking birthday suit.
Yeah,
Well, of
with
course
a
you
big
would.
chest. Like everybody's got the same chest tattoo.
Body art. Yeah, body
Yeah,
art.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, I'm
That
down.
guy-
I'm in.
Okay.
The
well,
the last winter, was it winters or summers, that some guy from Togo marched out all greased up with
Dude, that was dope.
In the
And he
super
was just
cold.
I remember that.
immediately memed, like meme. He was rad. He was just an all over good guy. I don't want to objectify him based on his glistening pecs, but he knew what he was doing.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, of
Anybody
course.
with glistening pecs know what they're doing.
Everyone
rule.
in Rank Nation, take notes. Glistening pecs wins you
Yeah.
points.
If you're gonna take the time to glisten your pecs, we're gonna pay attention to you.
Okay, why are we here today? We are here, of course, to rank some Summer Olympic Games. This is what this episode is about. The Olympics, everyone. It got delayed. It should probably get delayed again. As of this recording, who knows? And maybe it will. I don't think it will. We're really close.
getting close.
We're getting pretty close.
They're still calling these the 2020 Olympics, though, right? Is that
They are.
Is that
which
true?
Is so confusing. Yeah, it's Tokyo 2020.
Just can't.
they already
just
printed the
cancel.
merch?
I know. Japan, like the people of Japan, are absolutely like
They-
being destroyed by this.
I wouldn't put it past Japan to just call a do-over. It's like, it's still 2020, guys. Like, I just, these last 12 months aren't a thing.
Yeah. 2020 had 24 months in it, and we're just gonna.
It'll be like how Newfoundland is like a half hour in the time zone. It'll be a year behind in Japan from here on moving
yeah.
forward.
Even better.
Yeah.
Japan time, Japan year.
Yeah.
I didn't know
I-
that, though. I didn't know it was 2020 Olympics.
It is.
That's something. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm 41, but I'm 40 in Japan.
All right, let's come up with some ground rules. There's a lot to go through. Des, you have the floor here. You have a bunch of rules that we have to abide
Oh,
to.
hey now.
Wait. I want
It
to.
was
You
just, my main thing was make sure that you're nominating an event and not a component of an event, because there are some events that there are component parts you can't meddle in. For example, like if there's combined events where there's a shooting component, but shooting specifically isn't a medaled event, so you'd have to nominate the combined event. That's what I
Okay.
mean.
Which is,
I'm not allowed to say it because tongue gets mad.
I know
I
you
get
did get a
Well-
tongue lashing, so to speak.
Oh,
in the chats.
gosh.
The group chat this morning, it was a bloodbath for potential knobs. I
erupted.
woke up this morning in a
At
haze.
an early hour, yeah. It was like
10. It was like 10:30.
An early
And that's
hour.
early for old
Crack
nuts
of
these
not
days.
that
effing
early.
dawn.
Jesus.
It
And then I
is at
come in
this
there,
house.
and then it's just Des throwing potential knobs willy nilly, and
It's just it's a psychological game. I get it. I
playing
know
it
Des.
early.
I get it.
I'm
She's-
giving you the warning of who you came to play with.
It's
Right?
true.
Desiree Warnington.
Des, what other ground rules did we talk about this morning in the dawn?
These specific events that you nominate can have taken place at any point during the history of the Olympics. So just because it's not being played now, that doesn't matter. It could be OG, 725 BC. If it's been listed as being played at the Olympics, it is up for grabs.
Yeah.
Question: what about? And we'll save it, but what about those events that are coming this year? Can we nominate
I'm open
them?
to it. I find it hard to advocate for an event that we haven't seen competed yet because
Sure.
we don't know how it's going to play out. We don't know exactly how it's going to go. And we also sort of spoke in favor of specificity of you wouldn't just say skateboarding. You'd say
Oh, there she goes
half-pipe.
again. There she
You
goes
wouldn't
again.
just say a plank.
Use Winter Olympics.
Right.
Use Winter Olympics shit.
Right.
God
right.
damn it.
So you wouldn't just say downhill skiing. You'd say mixed moguls or whatever. It has to be specific. So But I mean, I think anybody, go for it, man. If you're excited about one of the newer ones, it's exciting to get newer Olympic sports because the new ones are always friggin' dope.
Yeah, the new ones look cool. And maybe we'll touch on it, maybe we won't. The other thing that we wanted to talk about as well, I asked this in the chat. What about the difference between the male event and the female event? I don't think it matters in terms of that specificity.
Yeah, I agree.
Unless some person's nominating one and the other's nominating the other, and then does it count as two or does it count as one?
I like it more when girls do it.
Girls are better at it.
There are some differences, like women don't do some sports, and
especially looking back, looking backwards.
Yeah, and men do it differently, so it might be hard to not mention that this event is only done by men. But if you're doing something that is strictly co-ed, like just the event as a whole.
Yeah. I think that's it for ground rules. Anything else we want to talk about before we get into it?
No doping. That's a ground rule.
No doping.
We all submitted tests.
We did.
Good. I sent people to everyone's homes for a pee test.
I contracted out through Russia, though, so we'll see.
I got my neighbor to pee in the bottle for me. Is that against the rules?
My blood's always been green. No one's going to do that.
As long as it's a positive test, that counts.
The blood is green. The test is clean.
The old Olympic saying. All right, well, let's just get into it. Just like every episode of Ranked, we're going to go around 3 times, nominating 3 nominations each, making a master list of 12 and whittling that down to a top 5 Summer Olympic Games. The games have started, everyone.
I shot the arrow through the hoop and it's on fire.
It's on fire everywhere.
Hey, do you guys know who composed that Olympic theme?
I bet you do.
You guys know? Any guesses?
Hans Christian Andersen.
Hans Zimmer.
Famous author, sure.
It's just from the 70s, right? It's what we know as the Olympic anthem. It's only like 50 years old, right?
Yeah. Famous composer.
Yeah, like a movie guy.
Yeah.
Who is it? Tell us.
Is it Johnny Williams?
It is Johnny Williams.
Yeah, okay.
He should have just used the Jurassic Park theme.
For the LA Olympics, maybe?
It was probably, it's probably that. He only cares if it's America, so I'm sure that's why it was done.
You know, I'm going to petition that they use your anthem instead, Leslie. What you saying at the beginning of the show
was thinking.
Way better.
Because it has, it's got that.
Okay,
and what is the Olympics except a giant ranking?
Right?
100%.
Totally.
They stole the idea from us.
Exactly. Your IP has been used since 725 years before Christ.
Okay, my first nomination. Here we go. I think I did this right. We'll see. Maybe Des will be like, it's not specific enough, or whatever it is. Or your nomination is bullshit, Tongue. I'm talking about the umbrella of gymnastics. I think gymnastics are dope. I think one of the things for me that make Olympic sports interesting are the sports that only really get recognized during the Olympics. Because other sports get their due elsewhere all the time.
I agree.
But there's some sports that are just like, this is for the Olympics only. And artistic gymnastics, because there's different levels of it. And I'm going for just your basic, but also rad floor exercises.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Floor routine's pretty dope.
Floor routines go viral, and that's not something that a lot of Olympic sport moments do.
Yeah, I was going to name another sport that does not go viral, but I didn't want to accidentally diss somebody.
See, Al knows the rules around
I'm learning.
here.
It's like a fundamental difference between Al and I. Al knows the rules.
Any sport where you can pick some music to go along with it.
It's pretty sweet. That's pretty cool.
And tumbling routines are so fast now, and they're so everybody's so powerful. It really is like a wonder to behold. These tiny little people, like the height of a jump is bananas
with no gear.
No gear. Yep. I know the floor is a bit springy, but these people are jumping 8 times their own height.
So I didn't know that until I did the research today, but I didn't know the floors were springy. It makes total sense that they are. It's probably a good safety thing for it to be a little bit springy.
Yeah, your joints would just explode.
Yeah, but it's
do it on the concrete.
Go practice outside.
Yeah, it's cool stuff. I couldn't name you too many gymnastic people, to be honest with you. I know, what's her name? She's
Simone Biles.
Yes.
Simone Biles.
Oh my God.
What's her name? Come on, Tom.
I'm bad
with
people's names, Lester.
But she's legendary. Lester Chester. Talking to good old Lester Chester.
Yeah,
Leslie
floor
hates Lester.
routine is for sure a good one. I stand behind that nom.
Thank you.
It's beautiful. It's interesting.
I like the ones that they'll take a risk with the music and they'll do like a disco song or something like that, and it's like, oh, okay, all right.
The rules are always changing about music, or for all of the musical-based sports like figure skating, etc., where it's like it was songs without lyrics for a while, and then it became a big thing when they said, okay, you can do a song that has lyrics. Just opened up all the pop possibilities.
Right. Right.
Love it.
How long is a floor routine? Does anyone know?
There are two different lengths. I don't know what they are, but there's like a short one and a long one. And the number of maneuvers or whatever it is, tricks, you're supposed to do changes.
Is it like figure skating in that way, where you have to hit this certain move set to get those points and stuff?
Yeah, there's like, you can be disqualified for doing something sort of above and beyond. Like, it's very similar rules to figure skating. These sort of artistic assessed events always have a rubric of some kind.
Right.
So you have to do the required things, and then you have room for like your fancy crazy things, but not too fancy and not too crazy.
It's funny. This is figure skating, a little tangent here, but Laura loves figure skating, freaking loves it. And anytime she watches figure skating, I think it's like, oh my God, it's so impressive. And she's just like, oh my God, they're so bad. Look at them. And I'm like, oh, it's the same thing with gymnastics too. They could do this cool ass dope shit, and it'll be like 2 out of 10.
But if they sell it good enough for an idiot like you and me to go, it's like, that looks really cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of cartwheels. It's just one lady.
I'm sold.
10 out of 10. Des, hit us.
Guys, I love, and again, Tung, I think you're in the right vein of like events that people don't generally get excited about any other time. For me, that sport is water polo.
Whoa.
And water polo is largely regarded as the toughest sport in the world. I actually read a whole article, the Bleacher Report ranked the toughest sports in the world. And water polo is 3 points above, and this was like an out of 60 rubric based on stamina and agility and skill and endurance. And it's above Aussie rules football, which is like insanely tough.
Okay.
Tougher than frisbee golf.
The ranking's actually really interesting because gymnastics is on there and tennis is on there because it's on this rubric. I recommend it anyway. But yeah, water polo, man, like take a regular competitive team sport and then try to do it while you're treading water for 30 to, it's actually 45 minutes to an hour, both your arms over your head, and everyone around you is trying to drown you.
Is that the rules of water polo? Because I still don't know.
That's in the motto that you recite before you play.
It's 6 players and 1 goalie. It's very similar to another Olympic event that I guess I can't name, but it's done treading water.
Yeah.
And it's insane. There was like a fight broke out in in 1956. It got so bloody. Now there's actually someone whose job is to check the length of toenails and fingernails because people were sharpening them to scratch and gouge because people climb over each other trying to get to the ball.
Wow.
An event got so bloody that a fight broke out in the stands, and it went on as history as the blood in the water match.
Wow. That's pretty cool, though.
Water polo is legit. So, yeah, the toughest sport in the world. You got to give that some love. And the only time it gets love is during the Olympics. And it's been in the Olympics since the 1900 Olympics, so over 100 years.
Teams of 6, you said?
Teams of 6, and of course they added a women's event in 2000, like a full 100 years later.
Leslie, water polo, thoughts?
It's polo in the water.
No, it's not that.
Great insight, Les.
I mean, what more do you want? It's one of those ones. To be honest, I've never really watched it. I've never really watched a match. Is it particularly interesting to watch?
It's chaotic. So it's like a 25-yard by 20-yard wide big square that they play in, and there's nets, and guys are just trying to pass the ball. You can only use one hand. You got to stay up. It's real splashy, but it's fast. It's incredibly fast, and it is interesting to watch. I mean, it doesn't get primetime spots, so if you're into watching water polo, you're either watching it like 2 a.m. or like 1 p.m. somewhere. But it is interesting. Canada this year is sending 2 teams. It's something, I don't know, it's a wonder to behold.
If you think about the other net sports, like when you're standing up, the difference between like where you can hit the ball and where it hits the ground is far greater than if you're treading water and like you just have a
you
foot
have to throw
between
it over people, but still into a net that's only as tall as a goalie.
Yeah, and if you miss, like, there's no room to like recover.
Yeah, there's no rebounds. It's insane.
I'm recording in my kitchen right now, and my my upstairs neighbors are doing laundry, so it sounds like a water polo match is happening right where I am right now. So this is actually pretty amazing. I can see it.
Yeah.
You know, it sounds exciting.
That's a dangerous thing that your neighbors are doing, Leslie.
Guys, I'm going to watch some water polo this year.
It's incredible.
Check their toenails.
They are the toughest. They have been voted the toughest athletes in the world.
Al, what do you have as your first nomination?
Oh man, okay. Toughest athletes in the world. I'm going way back to the Olympic event that basically answered the question, who is the best human? It is the ancient pentathlon, which consisted of discus, javelin, jump, running, and wrestling.
Oh, man.
So who could fight another human? Who can escape another human? Who can throw shit the farthest? Who can throw something for accuracy? And jumping.
Yeah.
It's like who can survive in
any situation.
In any situation. Olympic pentathlon. This is the king human.
Wow.
Oh, man.
This event, I saw this event, I wrote it down too, but like it's so like it's everything, right? It's like some of the best events wrapped into one. So I was like, what do I do? What do I do? But it's probably like the interest is it's all of these things combined in this like razor type of like high adrenaline fight type of scenario. So I guess that's what makes it different.
Yeah, like well, the ancient Greek approach to the Olympics was like Greeks are the most divine specimen and we are the most perfect. Behold how high this guy can jump. It was a lot
it's
all around majestic.
I can kick your butt sports. All the super duper macho, most homoerotic.
Yeah. All of us.
All done naked.
Yeah.
We're all
But
anointed with oils.
It's just all out there. Like it is who's the best.
Yeah.
So what is it again? It's
it is discus and javelin are the two throwing ones. So a heavy disc and then a pointy stick.
Cool.
The sport is just called jump. then running and wrestling.
That's awesome.
And wrestling.
Yeah, right. Because wrestling is the one in.
Well, wrestling started it all.
Do you end in wrestling in that event?
That's a good question. It should be, if I were to make the decision. I did zero research other than as soon as I saw ancient pentathlon, I was like, yeah, that's it. But it should be like from the wrestling mat straight to the podium. Like you beat number 2 and you go pick up your gold medal right away.
Yeah. I
agree. I agree with that.
Great nom. Leslie, hit us.
Well, guys, you fucked up.
It's only been one round so far.
And I'm really glad. I'm really glad no one's chosen this yet because it is it's the premier event of the Summer Olympics. It's the it's all action.
Mm-hmm.
You got to tune in.
I'm tuned.
In the realm of athletics. It's the 100-meter dash.
I was wondering who would take this first.
The 100-meter dash. Who doesn't love the 100-meter dash?
Fastest human on Earth.
Fastest human on Earth.
My God, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It's so fun. So fun. And and it's all action, baby.
And anyone can do it.
Anyone can do it. And by the way, that's a good point, Des. Any of us can do all these sports.
We are all Olympians.
Yeah.
Did everyone in these sports?
Did everyone do well in track and field?
We can all do it.
Nuh-uh. The Connors is we're not runners.
we're not runneresses. Fastest human on Earth is always exciting. Everyone knows the name of the person who wins the 100-meter dash.
This year.
Yeah,
Bolt.
Of course, we all know.
Bolt.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Donovan Bailey back in the day.
Yeah, D-Bay.
I was at the same wedding as Donovan Bailey. And it's been years and years and years since he's done his thing. And I still the magnetism was there. Like he's still an incredibly compact, fit dude. And I was like, oh.
Did you say hi?
No, because I was at a wedding. I played it cool. I think I acknowledged him no more or less than I would have anybody else there.
Was it his wedding?
Pardon me?
Was it his wedding?
No, it wasn't his wedding. It was a good friend of mine.
Oh, I thought you went to Donovan Bailey's wedding.
No, I would have then acknowledged him.
Mutual friend.
Well, you could have been like the
mutual
ring
friend.
girl at Donovan Bailey's wedding. I mean, it's
I
not
could have
inconceivable.
been. But that wasn't the scenario in which I saw him. But it's true. These people are heroes. It's easy to understand. There are very little, like, the entry point to understanding the 100-meter.
I have a question. I have an honest question because I'm fascinated by this. When the bride was walking down the aisle, did Donovan Bailey get up and whip
pass her a
whip
baton?
ass?
No. He behaved very much like a normal human man.
Oh,
Oh, that's a little
that's
disappointing.
disappointing.
I know.
That's disappointing.
Did he bring the gold medal? Was
I
he
would
wearing
love
the
if
gold
he
medal?
made it all about himself during your friend's wedding.
Yeah. No, he was someone's boyfriend at this wedding. Like, that was.
If you win a gold medal, you have a window of time in which you're allowed to do that, though.
I know, but he
I
was
think
in
so.
like the 90s, so it's been a while. I think he might have passed his expiration date for wearing your medal to the supermarket.
As far as I know, the price of gold since the 90s has gone up.
Yeah.
I think you're
So
right. Probably.
I think he's still within his rights to wear it.
Yeah.
Medals have gotten cooler, by the way. Now,
The
I like
medals
how
are
I
always
like
very
how,
cool.
I like how they're doing funky shit with the medals now.
In what way? Are they not just circles still?
No,
No, you idiot!
Dude, in
Sometimes there's
Sochi,
a-
they were Rubik's Cubes.
And sometimes there's a hole in the middle.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
There's some cool medal designs. I would say go look up
In
the medal
Rio,
designs.
it was a flask you could drink out of.
That sounds great. Yeah, hole in the middle. That seems like you're wasting. Like that could have been filled with gold. You're making this even worth even less. This metal. I'll take.
Oh,
this
I just got a
glass.
message from Des in the group chat. The next episode she wants to do is top 5 medal designs. So
Oh,
Sounds like something I do.
yes, it really does. 100-meter dash, everyone.
100-meter
Great
dash.
nomination. 100
we're not
meter
talking
dash.
about it because what needs to be said? It's the 100-meter
know.
dash. It's so good.
Listen, the 100-meter dash was the event in my track and field days where I thought I was freaking fast. I got the 6th place ribbon. I went to EOFSA for the people who don't live in Ontario. That was like the Eastern Conference for track and field. I thought I was
Speedy
going
little
places.
Dude. Good for you.
And then I realized a lot more people were faster than me.
Yeah, the first time you attend one of those big meets, it's like,
Oh, yeah. I was like, that guy has really expensive shoes. Mine are from
he's a
like
foot and a half taller
yeah,
than I
the
am.
shoes. It was the shoes, Tom. That's what it was.
the shoes, yeah. And I kept running with my hands behind my back, pretending I was like Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah. Didn't work. Okay. Second round of nominations, everyone. Here we go. I want to go into another one of my favorites. I think it's just a cool sport. Listen, I love drama. I love action. I love people fighting each other one-on-one. A little personal relationship between one person wearing a cool skin-tight outfit with a mask on their face and another person doing it with a
There it
long
is.
pointy stick. I'm talking about fencing, everyone.
Fencing.
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 And
Interesting.
and of course, you got to specify there's different types of fencing.
Yeah.
The most popular one is foil. It's a light thrusting weapon. It's the one you probably think of right now when you think of fencing. There's apparently 3 different ones, which I didn't know, but we're going with the classic. Yes,
Nice.
fencing. I think it's
Okay.
cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
It is definitely something I never think about until the Olympics, and even then, I think about him very briefly.
It's to me.
One of the,
it's-
it was only
yeah.
gentlemen, I'm sure, for a long, long, long
Yes.
time.
It's probably been played for a long time too, because it's
Yeah.
got that.
It's just
energy.
like a
I
little
think I
dance.
read it from the beginning. From the
Yeah.
beginning.
Is it? Yeah.
It's one of the original events.
1900s kind of thing.
Yeah.
It reminds me of what knights probably did
So
back in the
what
day.
is what are the rules of fencing? Like,
Oh.
if I just touch you one time, it's donezo?
There is
It's points, right?
It's points.
It's a
yeah.
point system, yeah.
Like boxing or anything else?
But no double touches is the main one.
What's a double touch?
You touch them twice.
Why are you stabbing yourself? Why are you stabbing yourself? Why are you stabbing yourself?
Yeah, yeah.
Flexible.
It's a clean strike, if you will.
Oh, hey now, clean strike. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
I don't know. The thing with like fencing, it's kind of like it's not a game of chess, but it is really like you're waiting for the opportune moment to strike, and it's like a dance back and forth. So you're like really waiting for your time to get right into it, and then there's the parry aspect of it, and then like you try to go for the heart, for example, like that. And I think there's a lot of drama between that type of fighting, and we don't see that in any other sport really.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty cool.
Very
Fencing.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Tell-
one-on-one sports are definitely intense, no matter what.
Yes. Oh God.
It's much more
Stakes.
impressive. Yeah.
Yeah. Tension.
Stakes. Yeah.
Yes.
The winner,
yes.
there's a loser. It's none of
Eye
this like
contact.
wait to see how everybody else goes.
That's right. Yeah. It's,
And
I
in
beat
fencing,
you and now you're out.
You can die, in theory, maybe.
In theory.
In
And Tom,
theory.
you've had some experience with fencing lately.
Yeah, a real fence.
Tom's fence is too high and someone narked on him.
Yeah, that's
What?
that's a different story. Yeah, someone narked on me, some neighbor, but
Some stooge narked on Tung's fence because it was
Were
a
they too
foot high.
high?
It's supposed to be 3 feet and it's 4 feet or
it's a
something like that.
tangent.
Anyway,
Yes, it's one of those. But listen, I am practicing sword fencing to get
so you
my
can
revenge.
stab that guy in the heart, whoever it was, or person.
Yeah, yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
Soon
matter.
he'll know why he's fencing himself.
Yeah.
Dez, what do you got for your
Oh.
second nomination?
You guys have thrown me all off. Okay, I am going to go with what I would think is the summariest
Ooh.
of the Summer Olympic events. Also, maybe one of the sexiest of this Olympic events,
Okay.
and that would be beach volleyball.
Oh.
Mother
word-
flippin' beach volleyball.
The word is in there. It's
Wow.
played on the beach. They took a standard normal game like regular volleyball, and then they said, "Take off your clothes and do it on sand."
Be sexy when you do it.
Take it around.
Exactly. These people are wearing more like kinesio tape than they are garments. They've always got like the radish shades on. They are 9 feet tall, all arms and legs. They're diving and sliding and spiking. It's aggressive, but it's also so hot. There's a lot of slow motion panning up people's bodies.
Yeah.
I remember the last time I watched it, I was like, this feels erotic.
Especially,
Like, this
was it Rio last time? And it was 50 degrees. It was so hot.
They're
People were
so-
wearing nothing.
Yeah, they just these athletes are super top of their game too. Like 2 people in a space that big trying to cover all the ground. It's an exhausting sport. It's fun to watch. It's easy to understand. Get it over the net. Keep it in the box. Don't let it touch the ground. It's
Pat your partner
dynamic.
on the butt.
That's right. Butt pats.
Is it 2v2? Beach
Yeah.
volleyball?
There are different. 2v2. There's co-ed or 2v2.
Oh,
gender.
so it's not like your other volleyball where it's
You gonna
Well, it's
you
like-
gonna stake your claim on which version you like better, Des?
I like not co-ed, whatever that's called. When they isolate
One
the
ed.
genders. Yeah. Especially because Canada has a strong women's team going this year. It's just and like the little hand touch in between each point. I like that. I like the idea that they're all best friends because they've been playing together for so long. Whenever there's a pairs event, I'm like, I hope they're best friends. Beach
But they're
volleyball,
so
man.
hot. You don't think they're sleeping with each other?
You
That
know
compromises
they-
the game.
Either way,
Whoa.
that's cool too.
Not when they're at the Olympic Village. They're each other's wing person.
That's right. You got to get. I imagine it's like a passport, except it's for getting strange. It's like
I thought-
this
I
guy
thought-
from Estonia hit it.
I thought
Oh,
fencing had light thrusting, but I guess not.
Oh,
Oh my
BV.
god.
Beach mother flipping volleyball.
Volleyball. And I imagine it probably makes a pretty big difference being on sand, like how that affects the
Yeah,
game, because
you're
it's
so
like it's
uneven.
the surface is moving underneath your feet.
And beach volleyball is already like volleyball in any type of court sport is already really hard on your knees, and then beach volleyball is also brutally hard on your ankles because you're always
Yeah, you're, like, sliding
sinking
around
and
it.
twisting, and
Yeah.
but then it makes your dives so impressive because they can dive into a so they're more likely.
And then you
to
get the
crazy.
shot of the sand coming up.
Sand.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's cinematic.
Sand
It's
looks good in
cinematic.
slow mo.
Sand looks
Yeah.
great in slow mo.
And
Is
then
there
they get
ever-
up and they're like sandy. It's
Is
all
there ever an
hot.
instance in beach volleyball where the opponent just just throws a bunch of sand in their opponent's face? Because Because I feel like that would be like a
Probably a
thing.
mean thing to do.
I don't think it ever gets that heated.
Sounds like a water polo thing.
Yeah, that's
Someone brought sand to a water polo
Just
match.
in a special beach match in water polo.
Yeah.
Just throw sand at each other's eyes.
All right. So there you
Our-
go. Beach volleyball.
Beach volleyball, the horniest
Best.
of
Sexiest, horniest
of
sport.
Olympic sports. Yeah. Al, before we get to your nomination, I forgot that like the Olympic Village was like a thing where people like all around the world just fuck. Like I forgot that. I forgot that was even
Not
like a
this
thing.
year.
in the internet age. No, that's the tragedy of this year. If the Olympics do indeed proceed, there's like zero mixing and matching.
Socializing.
You can't.
You
Social
can't.
distancing.
Just
There's
gonna
going
be
to
a lot of
be
weird
guards
sex things.
patrolling. There's going to be.
Oh, people are going to be breaking curfew. You know, there's going to be some shenanigans and sneaking around.
Oh yeah.
I know, but what I'm saying is there's going to be some, fence narcs, if you know what I mean.
Someone's checking to see how tall
Yeah.
your fence
Oh
is.
god, yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
can't
the
believe it.
chaperones. There'll be
Yeah.
all kinds of chaperones.
Al, what do you have yours as second nomination?
Oh man, similar
happening?
flavor,
What's
similar
happening?
flavor to round one pick, floor routine gymnastics. I'm going looking to the future, 2024 in Paris, where breakdancing becomes an official sport.
Oh.
Whoa!
Oh, you went there.
Future event.
which is going to take the skills of the floor routine and the
Oh,
artistry of ice dancing and throw it on a mat and
Throw some hip hop beats in there.
well, and that's the thing. Talk about music. I'm curious what kind of like weird arcane, like the European Olympic Masters, like what are they going to say can and can't be played as music at breakdancing? But
Yeah.
Or will we get? They'll blow the doors off. It'll be like the Eurovision Song Contest, and you'll hear
Yeah.
like the
Oh,
coolest
yeah.
K-pop out of Korea, and then
The Eurovision Song Contest?
I'm most excited about learning all of the terminology that
Right.
these
Oh, the commentator.
broadcasters are going to be. Is like what the
Yes.
different moves are called.
Yeah.
And how it
Des and I
originated.
used to do that bit all the time of the snowboard announcers being like,
Frank
"Oh yeah,
McMorris.
he's gonna huck a 360 jam toe."
Yeah. Spike it like a tasty chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so fun. So fun. And to learn the history of breakdancing. Like, I don't know a thing about breakdancing, but imagine you get those little movie ficlets where they're like 2-minute commercial about explaining
Yeah.
what this sport
All
is
the
about.
B-roll is going to be super
Yeah.
great.
Guys on pieces of cardboard. Oh,
Wow. And
I wonder
this
if
is
anybody's going to be
will-
there, like representing their crew back home. I want to
Oh.
shout out to like this neighborhood.
B-boys
that type of
always
stuff.
have a crew. They always
Right?
have a crew.
I think
what do
it'll
they
be
wear, right?
a real community thing.
Because when they let snowboarding in 2000, the snowboarding outfits still had to sort of conform to what the team uniform looked
Yeah.
like. So the Team USA had their snow pants look like jeans and but whatever it was still. But breakdance clothes.
Well,
are
Team
so-
Canada is already pointed in that direction with their like cut off
I
jean
know.
vests or whatever they have this year,
always
right?
the ugliest stuff. Bunch of patches sewn
Bunch of,
on
like,
the friggin' thing.
Fake tag on the back.
Oh
Yeah.
god. Yeah, it's like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air opening credits was a jacket.
They flip their jackets inside out so they wear lining out like the
Oh my
prince.
god.
But
I'm
breakdancing
excited.
2024, I think it'll be spectacular.
I think-
has it been like a demonstration sport before, or is it just going straight? Because normally they'll do like 1 year it's there as a like exposition
right.
sport. Like how do you?
I don't know.
Okay.
Again, no research. Just saw the heading. I was like, yep, that's it.
That's the one.
I will get behind this.
Leslie, you were a break dancer back in the day. What do you?
Not true.
What's your favorite break dancing move?
Yeah, your b-boy name.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I have a few things to say. First of all, it's lovely to see you all. Second of all, I'm very excited. I will definitely tune in for breakdancing because that sounds amazing, and it'll be interesting to see the music and what kind of genres kind of get represented. I'm really interested to see if like a team from Russia gets sent. what does a team from Russia of some blonde-haired Russians like breakdance to? That would be interesting to
Old Bruno
watch.
Mars. Old Bruno
Yeah.
Mars is the answer.
The song "Grenade" by Bruno.
Yeah.
Oh god.
But also, I hope that the sanctioned like court where the breakdancing happened is just like a flattened cardboard box.
Yes,
Yeah.
I hope so.
they all bring their own cardboard box.
Olympic
Yeah, that would
grade
be
cardboard.
sick. Yeah.
And it's branded too.
In the parking lot of the track and field arena.
Oh yeah, that's how you gotta do it.
Yeah, like so much of the breakdancing that I have seen has been very, like, the culture has been very punk and very, like, a bit more edgy, and they like to polish that shit up on the Olympics. So it'll be really interesting to see how they figure out a way to have these people who are so good at self-expression and resist being categorized, but, like, very tightly categorized.
Yeah.
You know who they get to host that, like, on NBC or whatever, like the celebrity person who's hosting the event? JC Chazé, right?
I mean, they could do worse.
That's, you know.
My first thought was
didn't he
Lopez.
do that? Well, Mario Lopez is good too.
Can host anything.
He hosted America's Best Dance Crew, which was a dancing competition show.
He's also hot Colonel
show.
Sanders. All
He's
right?
also just hot. Period.
No, Jennifer Lopez should get in the broadcast booth.
Lopez versus Lopez.
There we go.
Oh my God.
Breakdancing, what a nomination.
Wow.
And that's like in the future too. Not even like the one coming up. It's the one after that.
Yeah.
So like bold move, Al. The last thing I'll say about breakdancing, and I might have told this quick tangent before, but I
Did you
used
get
to
a
be a
sixth place
breakdancer.
ribbon for breakdancing?
No, I was a breakdancer for a short period of time.
Shut
I was
up.
registered on the breakdancing website, whatever that website was. You can just punch your name in. And back in the day, I did a lot of Taekwondo, so I did a lot of splits. And so my friend was like, you're B-boy splits, but you're going to spell splits with a Z because that's freaking cool.
That's
So
people.
I remember my routine still. I can't do the splits anymore, but I could try.
Incredible.
But I remember it.
And he's doing.
God.
Oh my gosh, he's doing it right now! Whoa, it's
What?
crazy!
What?
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, he's bouncing
Top
up and
rock,
wow.
freezing, six step. I know all of them. Don't worry, guys.
That's crazy talent. You're a man of many talents.
Thank you. I retired in grade 6.
What was
Okay.
the song? What was the song?
What's
I
the
have to
song?
remember the song.
No, I didn't have a song. I would just jump in with my one routine. I couldn't even think of another one. to
One
any
routine
song.
for all songs.
For
it was
all
the Swiss
songs.
Army knife of b-boy routines.
Yeah, I got nervous too. I was like the nervous breakdancer who didn't want to go in the circle. And then I do my one routine, and then they're like, "This guy's good. What else does he got?" I'm like, "No, don't ask me again. I'll just do the same one."
No.
No.
Leslie, what do you have as your second nomination?
Let's get wet.
Okay.
More
From the beach
specific.
back to the pool.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a diving event.
Nice.
Very good.
What kind?
And, you know, I love what we all love about diving is
Uh-huh.
that it's people in swimsuits doing flips, doing flippies.
Yeah.
And that's what we love about diving. So why not double that up
Yes.
with the synchronized 10-meter
Yes.
platform?
Okay,
Yes.
platform.
Diving.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the best of the
Synchronized.
divings.
Synchronized 10-meter platform. Of course, it's the highest platform, so they do the most flippies.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
man.
And then there's two of them, two swimsuits, more bang for your buck, more abs.
Yeah.
That's 12 abs. And they're doing shit side by side, and it's
Yeah.
freaking awesome.
And then they
beautiful.
silently ploop into the water.
It's crazy. It's
And you at
so
home,
good.
And we at home get to watch it in super slow motion and
Yeah.
see these people. And a lot of the time, their body types are different, so they have to calibrate for that, so that everything happens at the same time. That's bananas. It is a great nomination, Leslie.
Just so satisfying
and
to
Canada's
watch,
good
too.
at it. Canada has a good diving program, and we're sending at least 2 previous medal winners to the Olympics.
Hell
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah,
Whoa,
man. I got
that is
stats.
cool.
Yeah, we've
got
got 2 women,
stats.
2 returning women who both won bronze in their respective events in Rio.
It's
And,
crazy.
and one is they're both in synchronized pairs as well, because that's sort of the loophole about synchronized events is a lot of the time you get to do it solo and then you get to do it again in synchro. But I mean, if you're good at it, you're good at it.
They're so good at it. You're right with this whole like little ploop thing that they do. Like they just they go from so high up and they just silently go in the water and
That's
go about
part of the
their day.
score is just how like streamlined are you when you enter the water.
Wow.
No boners.
No boners.
Boners. No
Nobody
boners.
boners.
in this.
Boners.
No boners allowed.
Someone like sucks all the air out of the shorts because they're always on there so tight.
No boners owner.
The diving pool
Yeah.
is
No bonus.
officially
The first thing they
sanctioned.
teach you.
No boners.
Do you get deducted points if you dive with a boner?
Depends if it affects
If it
the
makes a
splash.
splash. And if you both have a boner, if it's a synchronized
If it's
event.
synchronized, yeah,
If it's a synchronized boner, then you get
bonus
extra
points.
All right. Wow. The more we know, the more we
Okay.
know.
I love the moment before too. Like that's always part of it too, where they do
Yeah, the
like
big
a look,
breath in.
they check
Yeah.
in, and then they just go.
And
It's
then they're
great.
up on their toes. Ooh,
Yeah.
I like it when they start in a handstand too. That's pretty freaking
Yeah,
cool.
that's
They just
sick.
sort of fall or
cool.
they jump. Oh man, I'm getting
Yeah.
so excited.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go into our final round of nominations. The
Oh,
final
this is gonna be
round.
hard to rank.
There are so many things to nominate. I usually I'll nominate the popular one, but this one's all for me. I really
Nice.
like this sport.
Tasty treat.
It's a tasty treat. Same with the fencing nominations. Just like I don't know how far that will go, but I like it. This one I also really, really like. It's doesn't get enough props, but if you ever see it in action, it's also one of those one-on-one type of dealios where it's like really personal against the other opponent. It gets heated. It is exciting. It's table tennis.
Yes,
I keep forgetting that that's an Olympic event.
Yeah,
it's an intense sport.
yeah.
It's fast.
It's very fast. I'm going to say singles table tennis because it's more
Yeah.
personal that way. But if you ever watch table tennis, like they always zoom the camera pretty far out, and it's a tiny, it's a regular sized ping pong table, but then they go nuts on it, and
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's back and forth, lightning fast. It is insane.
The sound, like there, a lot of Olympic events are done sort of basically quietly, but the sound of table. There's a cat. Like,
Yeah,
There
sorry.
is a cat.
Got a cat visitor.
the sound of table tennis that like like really rapid fire back and forth is so like heightens the event because you're just catching on to how quick it's going. Table tennis is wonderful.
And they run too. Like they go from
Yeah.
one end to the other, as not just the end of the table, because they can go way further out from that, and they'll always save it. And it's exciting smashes and volleys, and it's great, great stuff.
It's got to
great.
be
And
one of the fastest, if not the fastest, sport in terms of just how quick it
Yeah, the, like,
develops and like
exchanges.
the back and forth and the ground that they cover. Yeah,
That would be an interesting thing to see. What is the fastest sport? Because they've figured out what the toughest sport is. I wonder what the fastest.
yeah, biathlon, bam. Well, I want a
that's-
Summer Olympic biathlon where somebody has to run and do math.
Do you want that?
It's water
Do you want
polo,
that?
man.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Water polo is you got to play a hoop
Geometry.
sport, but also don't drown.
Yeah. Leslie, table tennis fan?
Yeah, I'll watch table tennis. I'll watch table tennis. It's one that I won't seek out, but if it's on, oh yeah, I'll watch it. I like how far away they go from the table. Like
Yeah, so
that's
far
the
back.
coolest
That's
shit.
cool.
It's
That's
precision.
cool. Yeah.
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 And they smash that bad boy. They go full power on those smashes. So that's just
Yeah.
exciting. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, Des, you have a final nomination. How do you pick from your list of
I have-
400?
Two weird ones. They're not weird. I have one weird one, but I think it's an Ani Mensch. I am going to go in a boat. We're going to go with a boat sport.
Nice.
There's a lot of boat sports at the Olympics, actually. You can be in a canoe and you could be in a kayak. But the one I'm going with is what they refer to as eights, which is the rowing, 8-man or 8-woman rowing event. It's the one with a coxswain who sits in the front of your boat. And he's looking at all the rowers and shouting at them. And everybody else, it's just a single oar. I learned a lot about the different types of boating and rowing. But this is everybody's single row oar, alternating on either side. They go fucking super fast. All the rowing events are the same length, which I didn't realize. But they are super, super speedy. The job of the coxswain, the guy who sits in the front, is actually to steer, because at the speeds they're going, if you get off course, you will ram someone else very quickly. So that's why there's a guy in the front of the boat. I love racing. Like, racing is always something that's very interesting to watch. But these boating events, like, they row for 2 kilometers, and they're still neck and neck right at the finish line. And there's photo finishes and the laser to measure the boat. And it's also one of the sports that gives me my favorite Olympic word to say, which is repechage. The repechage is a relegation round or like a zombie round. So the teams that aren't the fastest get to race again in the repechage. And I think that word is just so classy. They made it to the repechage. Is there going to be a repechage? Oh yeah, the repechage is this afternoon. I love hearing about the repechage.
We'll see you at the repechage. Yes.
Exactly. Oh yes.
Quite.
It's close finishes. There's teamwork. It's very straightforward. Everybody has to be tightly coordinated. I love watching rowing. I think it's a lot of fun. It's also a summery outdoor kind of thing. Everybody's at the water.
And everyone has such crazy back muscles.
They're so strong. And it's
so
just
strong.
the same. It's just they're pulling as hard as they can for like a limited amount of time, but then they're all dead exhausted and like full of lactic acid at the end of it. It's incredibly challenging, but fun and easy to watch. I don't know. I love it. Rowing eights.
Do people flip like boats and stuff like that if they fuck up?
It has happened. I don't think in the eights because they're just so big and heavy that they're so stable, but there's also like doubles and singles and quads for different races. And I think you do get flips and you do get stuff like that in the smaller boats.
That's fun.
Yeah. Do they sharpen the oars to like attack the other?
It's like Inspector Gadget's car where like the wheels stick out and shred holes along the side. I don't think it's a violent sport by nature.
Pass. All right.
Yeah.
Well, pretty good nomination, Des. The repechage. I'll see you guys there.
It's basically
I will see you at the
meet you at the
repechage.
repechage.
Yeah. The rest of the nominations will go in the repechage. Al, what do you have as your final nomination?
You know what? I'm going to keep it in the water. Last one I was looking to the future. This one I'm going to look to our past. The year was 1908. The host country was London, England. And the sport is Olympic motorboating.
Oh.
Whoa.
Only a sport for a single year. Yep. Olympic motorboating. Men only, of course.
Of course.
The boats did not go particularly
As it should
fast.
be.
The boats don't go fast.
Because it's 1908 and that technology is there. There are 3 different classes, so I will choose the open class.
Open class.
Okay.
But the reason I've nominated it is because I cannot imagine anybody more cocksure of themselves with more swagger than a British gold medalist in sitting on a boat while it kind of goes about the speed of somebody running along the shore. They've got to be the like cockiest,
There's no technique. There's no
most
technique.
obnoxious, like, oh yeah, and swept by the British, of course. Gold, all the events.
Oh God.
They would be the worst people that you'd want to hang out with. Olympic
you can be
motorboating
totally
champion.
drunk and still compete in Olympic motorboating because it's
100%.
just a motor. That's hilarious.
And they only had, it was only a one-time event, eh?
It was an exhibition event, the previous Olympics
okay.
in 1900. Yeah, then they gave it to London, and they were like, thank you very much, London.
Never again.
But yeah, it's just, I can't imagine those, I can't call them athletes. Pilots, captains, boat drivers.
There's other large boat races that still go on, but those are
Yeah.
clearly more skilled.
Yeah.
There's skill turning on a motorboat. What if it doesn't start?
And you have to wear your sweater properly.
Oh my god.
Yeah. You got to put the gas pedal down. There's a bit of technique there that you two were missing out on. Okay, all right. Okay,
But it's
fair
just,
enough.
I'm it's imagining the personalities of these motorboatists.
Yeah.
That
It's a douchebag sport.
100%. All the way.
100%.
Like maybe the premier douchebag sport.
All right, last
Olympic
what do you
motorboating. Yeah.
Because
Wow.
you laughed hard at the name.
I just find it so absurd.
Yeah.
I just imagine like a guy like in like a little dinghy with one of those like motors on the back and just kind of
Revving it.
scooting it around. Is there a repechage?
Repechage?
It was just like 8 guys.
I would be surprised if there was any training at all.
Yeah.
Or if
You
they're
just show
like,
up.
oh, well, I've got my watercraft over at the dock, so I'll see you at the Olympics, old boy.
It really just comes down to who just made a better motor, right? I mean, that's it. There's
I
no.
assume, yeah. It
Yeah.
would be similar boats. I don't know.
I mean, I could kind of see it being cool if they had to like weave in and out of
Yeah, they have to
stuff
weave
and
if it's an
jump
obstacle
over
course.
things, maybe.
But again, this is not particularly fast.
Oh, true.
Right.
This isn't
1908.
like modern day speedboat. This is 120 years ago.
Years ago, right.
Yeah. Olympic motorboating.
Doesn't get old. Doesn't get old.
Oh, man. Hilarious.
Leslie, final nomination. How do you top Olympic motorboating?
Oh my God. There's so many. There's so many good ones,
There are a lot.
you know? Oh, I could go two different ways, but one of them was mentioned earlier in a certain group chat by someone in this Zoom. I'm not going to mention
I
them.
said so many.
So it would lose some of the sting, but there is one that didn't come up, and I think I'm going to choose that one because I think this is talk about a sport that's only at the Olympics, that people only care about at the Olympics. It's fascinating to watch. This sport is filled with drama. It's often a nail biter, and I'm going to say it, it's fucking hilarious. It is in the realm of athletics, the 20K race walk.
Race walking.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. All
You know,
right.
there's a 20K race walk and there's a 50K race walk. 50K race walk, a bit too much for me.
That's a long race walk.
That's a long race walk when you really only care about the last like 10 or 5K.
That's an excellent point. Who
Sure.
cares
You know?
about anything
Yeah.
before the last 5K of any race?
20K is far enough a race walk for me. That's a lot. Plus,
I think that's too much
Pick up the
already,
pace a little.
probably.
Yeah.
now it's ridiculous, right? They look fucking stupid. No one looks cool race walking.
The hips
that's
are so
awesome.
crazy.
I think that's awesome because but everyone's fucking serious about it though, right?
Yeah.
And they're fucking athletes.
They're lean.
athletes, but
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
just like race walking, but it's the best. It is the best when they get down to like the final lap, and a referee goes, "No, you were running," and they go, "No, I wasn't running. No," and then they crumple and their dreams are dashed
Right.
because they ran in the race
Accidentally
walk.
ran.
Leslie, I think I know the ruling to this, but you explain it because you're nominating it. What is the difference between walking and running according to the Olympics?
Oh God, I didn't look it up. Tom,
You need to have 2 feet, you need to
You know
have 2
what I
feet
do?
on the ground at the
At
same
all
time.
times.
that's
Yeah.
right. 2 feet on the ground at all times.
Or no, it's
There you go.
1 foot on the ground.
1
at
foot
all
on the
times.
ground.
Or 1
And
foot.
then both feet have to touch, like during the.
You can never be in the air,
Yeah, that's it.
which running has you in the air.
So that means when you switch strides, both feet have to be touching at the same time before you take the next stride. There's no.
And there are penalties. There's like 3 strikes and you're out, type of thing, or where you get
it's just not a
penalized
one and
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's something like that. But it's so fascinating when they get kicked out and they're just like no, when they're like
swear
moving
I
their
didn't
butt.
I've been walking for so long. Please.
And I remember there was one where they did the whole circuit, and then at the finish line was in the stadium with all the people around. So like, and the guy who's winning the gold medal is like scooting his little ass and he's waving to the people, and the people are going nuts. They're like,
Oh,
yeah.
no. And he felt it
Ice
too much.
walking! They only care about it at the Olympics. They only care about it at the Olympics. It's race walking. It's a perfect sport.
Yeah.
It's Laura's favorite sport at the Summer Olympics. She told
Get
me
out of
this.
town.
Yeah, or she just has
It's
fond
charming.
memories watching it with her family because the technique, the master technique, is funny. You're just
Yeah.
flailing, but it's they take it very seriously, as they should, because they're sports people, and it's a funny sport. You're right.
Yeah,
good.
it's charming. Some of these little ones, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, they do that. Isn't that nice?
Now I hear the race walkers fuck the most at the Olympic Village. Is that
They've got
correct?
good hips.
Their hips, yeah. It's all in the hips.
Don't lie.
Okay, well, we have a list of 12 over here, so let's go synchronize our boners. And when we're back, we are going to rank a top 5 list. We'll be back.
And up. Kids, get in here. Your mother and I have something to tell you.
Oh man, what? This is better be good.
We're getting a divorce.
What?
Ah, yeah, 2 Christmases.
No, come on. Is it something we did?
No, man, 2 Halloweens.
We just couldn't see eye to eye. We wanted to support the Pod Cavern, but your mother thinks the only way to do it is to give money to an evil corporation via an affiliate link, and we're not going to do. I'm not going to do that. So we're getting a divorce.
We don't
It's
have
the
to
only
get
way-
divorced. We don't
What?
have to get a divorce. This is the first I'm hearing about this, kids. I'm sorry. I didn't know we were getting a divorce.
Well, what are you guys saying? There's no other ground?
Yeah.
I thought that for sure we could do something fashionable and
Maybe
you know,
get like a cool cinch bag that I can put my 2 Halloween candies worth into.
I like to show off my upper arms.
Well, unfortunately, there's no way to do that. So
There-
we're getting a divorce.
No, there is a way. Honey, I've been telling you this. We don't have to use the evil corporation link anymore. We can directly support Pod Cavern by going to podcavern.com, and they have merch. We can buy our kids presents for once.
Does it all have sleeves?
Oh
Yes.
man, I hope it's got a logo on it.
It has
But-
all of that.
Certainly, when you do that, that doesn't give a little kickback money to the Pod Cavern.
It does. Now, are we still married?
Well,
You could do better.
I guess.
Mom.
I can do better? Really?
I guess if I remember my vows, our vows, we did say it takes 2 for a marriage.
Yeah, classic wedding vow.
You know what? I agree with the kids. I can do better. I can do better.
Especially if you're wearing some of that classic Pod Cavern merch. So flattering, and it's in great wash-ready fabrics. Perfect stuff for anybody.
And as it helps all of us do better, it will also help the pod do better.
That's right. Okay, well, have fun on your own, honey. Thank you for making us open our eyes to the Pod Cavern store. And we won't use that link anymore, so you can't stay mad at us. Kids, let's get out of here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go
Yay!
swimming.
Bye, Dad.
Wait, so are we still married? Are we still married?
See you on the second
Honey?
Labor Day.
Podcavern.com.
Top five.
Hey everyone, we are back. We are sweaty. We are hot. We just took a stroll through the Olympic Village,
We've
and
been anointed with oils.
we've been doing synchronized diving together. It was really nice. It was really nice. All, not 12 abs, 24 abs of ours.
12. 12 might be closer.
You're telling the truth. It's maybe like 17. I
Yeah,
don't know.
maybe
My one's
less.
Stronger. Yeah.
It's quite possible it's a lot less than that. But hey, we have some ranking to do. So our sports, here we go. We have the under the rhythmic gymnastics category, floor exercise. We have water polo, pentathlon, 100-meter
Ancient
dash.
pentathlon.
Ancient pentathlon. 100-meter dash. Fencing, beach volleyball, break dancing, which is amazing, synchronized 10-meter platform diving, table tennis, eights row. It's the eights rowing events, I guess.
Yeah.
That's
I know.
okay.
It doesn't
It's a
roll
hard
off
one.
the tongue.
Not like
Repechage. Wait, no. I already forgot.
Repechage.
Repechage? Whatever.
Repechage. It's a great word.
Olympic motorboating.
what?
I didn't think there'd be a hornier sport than beach volleyball. Somehow we found it.
Yep.
And 20K race walk, which is also quite horny as well. So we have quite a list in front of us. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around the circle here, go around the horn, and I'm going to have everyone star a nomination that isn't one of their own for further consideration so we can talk more about it. And Des, what do you want to star?
10-meter platform synchronized dive. That, I think, is Leslie hit it on the head. It's artful. It is something you can armchair expert, like all these other interpretive sports where you're like, oh, too big a splash, or oh, her hand wasn't down. Satisfying to watch. Incredible athletic ability, plus butts in tight bathing suits, athletes in their prime. You know, all the goods. It's got all the goods. It hits all the marks. And it's also
Leslie
very
was nodding
summery.
at butts, so yeah, you got him.
Yeah.
You got him with that one.
The
Yes,
aquatic
I
events
was.
the aquatic events always feel extra summery, I guess. Like your cycling and all the indoor sports, they could be played anytime. All of your basketballs and indoor volleyballs, but diving has a real summer feel to it too.
Is that like an unofficial ground rule that we'll be ranking on, maybe? Like how summery it is?
I don't think that has to be the case.
Yeah.
But
It can contribute too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Al, what do you have? Star one that isn't one of your own.
Well, I'm going to go with, for all of the exact same reasons Desiree threw down for synchro dive, beach volleyball. It was going to be on my list. Came up anyway. Happy to see it.
It's exciting.
It is fun.
Yeah, it's just a series of smoke shows, frolicking in the sand, tossing a ball around. There's nothing not to love.
So important that they put it in Top Gun so that we could all appreciate it in a non-Olympic setting.
It is like part of the global culture. Beach volleyball.
It is, yeah, it's great.
I love it. Leslie, star one that isn't one of your own.
Well, Tongue, I don't want to leave you out of this, but I'm going to star breakdancing.
Yep. 2024.
I think it's a ballsy nomination. I think it's out there. I think it's going to be awesome. It can't not be great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I don't care. I don't care that it has, because I would watch breakdancing. There are over a lot of other sports in the Summer Olympics. Like there are sports in the Summer Olympics that I'm just like, meh.
I'd watch the qualifiers. Like it's just like, all right, what's this going to be? Like who's this country sending?
Absolutely. Totally. I haven't watched a lot of reality TV competition shows in my life, and there's thousands and thousands of them, but I have watched a breakdance competition show because even when it's bad, it's still insane to watch.
Yeah, totally.
Flipping and they're
what's bad breakdancing? What do they do that makes it bad?
If you're just a little off rhythm, that's probably the only difference. But even then,
well, it doesn't bad mean good in b-boy.
Wow.
I don't know
that whole thing
bad
too.
boy. Yeah, I was a b-boy. B-boy splits. You can call me that for the rest of the episode.
Sweaty,
B-boy
nervous
splits.
b-boy splits.
I was so nervous, guys. All right, so for my last star here, or for one of my stars here, let's go. We have to go with the classic. We have a lot of good ones here, but we have to go at least talk about the 100-meter dash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That is, you don't even have to explain it. Fastest man alive.
Honey Meaty Dash.
Ready, set, bang.
Yeah.
Run.
It's so exciting because people are, I read a whole thing about this actually. People are still beating the record. There are sports where records are now unattainable because records that were set in the 80s before doping was banned and mandatory drug tests started, those records still stand, which is part of the reason why the female 100-meter dash isn't as exciting, because FloJo set these records in 88 that no one can touch, and in 89 they started mandatory drug tests. So it's just not as exciting necessarily to do some of these other athletic sports because you can't maybe squeak in the world's best time. But in a 100-meter dash, they're shaving off milliseconds
somehow.
constantly. Yeah. It's insane. It's so exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting.
Speaking of which, the results of the tests we took should be coming back any minute now. I think before the end of the episode, I think the results of our doping tests are going to come back. So, better overall clean, guys. I'm just saying, this better be a clean fucking contest.
Let's see whose nominations get nullified.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, I guess
Looking
that's
at
what would
you,
happen.
Connors.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and my Olympic motorboating pals.
Sounds like something a high person would
Something
say.
Rich Dicks would do.
Rich Dick's Olympic motorboating. Let's see here. So we have 4-starred. We have beach volleyball, breakdancing, 100-meter dash, synchro, 10-meter platform diving. I'm going to open the floor to everybody here. Is there any ones, and it can be one of your own now, do you want to fight for any other ones that should probably make the list?
Oh, I really like water polo, you guys. It's a weird one. No one cares about it outside of the Olympics. Very few people care about it inside of the Olympics. But it's so tough. Like, it's physically so hard. It's so exhausting. It requires a combination of skills. It's a team sport. We don't have a lot of team versus team stuff here with large numbers of people. Like, we're not doing baseball and we're not doing soccer and we're not. But water polo, it's crazy. It's got a crazy history.
I'd make room for water polo at the expense of synchro diving.
How dare you make me choose?
One pool sport. I think beach volleyball covers a lot of the synchro diving
Qualities?
bases.
Oh, God,
to
you're
a degree.
ruthless.
Well,
So-
I mean,
You don't even have to cut anything yet. I just said
I know, I'm on the offensive.
Jesus. He's really
I think
coming here with
ancient
motorboating.
pentathlon needs to get in there too.
Ooh, that's
Does it, though?
So it's ancient pentathlon, because I was looking at regular pentathlon because they
there's
modernized it.
Modern
modernized
pentathlon
it.
only
With jetpacks and
They do use laser guns.
Space
for real.
stuff, yeah.
They use laser guns in the modern pentathlon. The only thing that those two events share is running. Modern pentathlon is, because this was what I was going to do, but then my dingus brother said ancient pentathlon, and I didn't want to be like second pentathlon on the scene. So modern pentathlon is horse jumping,
right.
swimming, fencing, it's got fencing in it.
There's the
and
drama.
then a combined event of running and shooting with a laser sight pistol.
So it is laser.
And it's all done on the same day. And they stagger the starts of the running and shooting so that based on your points, you will start at a certain time. So whoever finishes the race first wins the whole thing. So it ends with a dramatic run. It's also a good event. Maybe better than Ancient Pentathlon. So Ancient Pentathlon shouldn't be in the top.
All right.
I want to know more about this laser gun. Does it shoot lasers, or is it just laser pointer?
It's like instead of firing a ballistic actual bullet, it is just laser sight targets. But it's weighted
it goes
to be as
pew
heavy.
pew pew.
Pew, pew. And then there's a cat that jumps around at the end and tries to catch it.
I like Ancient Pentathlon. I think it's funny.
I understand what it's trying to do.
Oh yeah, it's an OG brofest.
It is. It's very man.
It's very
Man forward.
Very man.
I don't understand the purpose of discus just in general. Like
I love
why?
it. I think it's cool.
I believe
It's so weird to me.
it's you throw.
There used
the
to be
disc
a lot
as
of
far as you can.
a turtle problem, and
Right,
people
like,
would have to
why?
throw the turtles as far as they
Because
can.
a javelin is clearly a weapon of war, but like is discus?
A discus could be a weapon of war. You give
but
it
then
a
you
chance,
gotta carry
Des.
around like a stack of plates. I don't understand.
You gotta carry a stack of
It's
arrows
like
if you're
it's
shooting
a Captain
bow.
America situation where you just like you
Danger
hurl it and it just
frisbee.
bounces back.
Yeah, you got me. You got me with that, Al. All right.
Don't bounce back.
Discus is in.
I don't know. I think gymnastics floor exercise.
I didn't want to say it. Because it's one of my own. But we have to have a gymnastics thing in here, right?
Yeah, the top three most popular Olympic events are gymnastics, aquatics, and athletics. And we've got a lot of aquatics and we've got athletics, but we don't have anything from gymnastics. And that's
I would agree with that.
Except breakdancing.
I would agree with that.
It's true. Breakdancing is athletic.
Will be its own thing. Competitive dancing, that's kind of bonkers. That opens a big door, actually, to
Well, there's
different
been
types of
ballroom
competitive
dancing, and there's been
Has there?
that's been Olympic sport,
Really?
hasn't it?
You can't just say things have been Olympic
I'm pretty sure.
Good thing none of us have a pocket computer so we can double check your
No,
bananas
let's go
claim.
with that is fact. Ballroom dancing was once an Olympic sport.
Yeah,
I believe it.
100%.
I believe it.
Just because
Wow.
doesn't mean it's real.
Also,
you guys.
paper airplane building. Also, marbles.
And who can tie their shoelaces the fastest?
Yeah.
That's how it works. I like the Canadian bunny ears approach, but some people like going around the tree.
Okay, so we have floor exercise, water polo, beach volleyball, break dancing, 100-meter dash, synchronized 10-meter platform diving. That's 6. Is there any else that we want to star on this list here?
I mean, nothing's really jumping out at me. I like that we have an even representation of like table tennis and rowing, race walking is great.
I
do
but
like
I don't
table
think we
tennis.
I really like table tennis.
Yeah?
A lot. Yeah.
What would
but
you take? Okay, but what would it? Would have to best.
I
two
would
other
just star it
things.
for further consideration. Like I'm not sure if I would. For me, I would put it in the top 5, but since this is a group panel, then
Is
I'm
it the
willing
only
to-
one-on-one? Or no, fencing falls into that
fencing?
category
Yeah,
too.
but between the two, I love racket sports, and I love just tennis in general. But for like the Olympics, I'm like, well, I can watch any of the opens that are happening right now.
Constantly too. Tennis
Yeah.
is always being played.
There's always something.
Table
but
tennis
table
is to tennis what hockey is to soccer. It's the same thing, but so much smaller and faster.
Yes,
That is
I
a
will
bold
take. I
statement.
like this. Some sports person is yelling at Al
Oh
right
yeah.
How dare he? Ballroom dancing has never been an Olympic event.
Say what?
Yeah, I checked.
I don't know. I believe Al, even
Well,
though you looked at the
breakdancing.
internet.
He said it using declarative sentences.
Yeah.
I believe Al.
Well, then breakdancing breaks even more ground.
Yeah, it is a
I
revolutionary.
guess there's horse dancing. There's dressage. That's a dancing
Dressage.
event.
It's no longer equestrian is show jumping now, but dressage used to be in the Olympics.
Oh,
There were
dressage
so many-
is no longer in the Olympics?
I think the equestrian event is just show jumping, I believe. And you
There
could
used
be
to
like
be
55
so
and
many
still do it.
equestrian events, all the vault events. Yeah.
One of the things I like a lot about the modernization of the Olympics is it's taking it away from the rich people. Like a literal princess competed in the equestrian event because you need to own and be able to transport a fucking horse, and it's your own horse, which doesn't create a level playing field. Like there are in other sports, it's like you randomly draw your sled or your boat or whatever, but
You have to own a motorboat to
horse.
do this. When what is a horse but a motorboat on the land? That eats hay.
Hockey is to tennis as a horse is to a motorboat.
Yes.
I'm sad there's no more dressage because you can't get the repechage of the
That's it.
dressage.
The satisfaction of saying dressage is there in repechage. Plus
Repechage is more satisfying. There's a little bit more to it.
Extra syllable.
Yeah.
Repechage.
I'll see you guys at the repechage.
The repechage of dressage.
That's a speech impediment. All right.
On the topic of table tennis, before we move on, if you really like it, and I do too, I'm willing to talk more about it in this company.
I think it's as a one-on-one, head-to-head. I think there needs to be a person-to-person, head-to-head competition in the mix, and I think table tennis fulfills that.
I can get
that
on board with
niche
that.
of like quintessential Olympic competition. Two people
I
face
could
off,
see
one person
that.
wins.
I could see that. I could see that.
Table tennis never gets its due except at the Olympics, and it's frustrating because it's cool. How about rowing, Des? Do you want rowing?
I'm okay. I love rowing. I think it's exciting to watch. There are no heroes in rowing. You know, it's not like you've got a Simone Biles
The
or an Andre
Winklevoss
deGrasse.
twins.
Boo. I can let it go. I find there are other.
Put a motor on that boat.
That's right. Eight guys
Now
sitting in a row.
you got a sport.
Drinking spritzers.
Yeah.
everybody's
Going down the
waving.
Thames.
Yeah.
Put
Yeah.
8
It's just
motors
a
on that
regatta.
boat. Replace all 8 guys. Are we finally putting to bed Olympic motorboating? Is it time?
I think it had.
Yeah, it was time. In 1908, it was time.
It's a joke. Yeah, it doesn't have any of the Olympic qualities that we've sort of been talking about, like athletic prowess just in general.
All right, old chap. All right, good sport.
Don't you want to take off your cashmere jumper? Oh, no, no.
I would love to watch it.
This
Nowadays,
is part of the uniform, old bean.
Bean. Olympic motorboating. Your time is
You're
Olympic
sunk.
overboating.
Overboating. Officially overboating. What about
good.
race walking? Yeah, less.
race walking.
It's good, but I don't think it's good enough.
Yeah, I don't think it makes it to the line in time for this
And
for
you
this
said it
list.
yourself, like it's only the last.
It's only the last
Kilometer.
5K. It's only the last 5K that you really want to tune in for.
Even then.
The rest is just wiggling butts.
I would
which-
say the last 1K of that race, like
Yeah,
20K
I
is-
mean, the last 5K is where the mistakes start happening because that's when the real
Yeah, you get excited.
the panic gets in. You know, We're like just gotta walk fast, but not too fast.
Yeah.
I would love to watch race walkers train. Like I think that would just be a fun time. The technique is so good. How do they do it?
Yeah, it is all technique, pretty much. Yeah.
And it's not like anatomically how we're supposed to move our bodies too. So it would be interesting to hear like what kind of wear and tear you get when your hips have to go so far out to like bring your leg around without bending your knee so much that it's like running. It's bananas.
Do you think race walkers are good at running, or if they run, they start running like that?
I don't know if there's a cross section.
I bet a runner is better at race walking than a race walker is at running. Another controversial hot take.
Okay, all
The
right.
muscle, like the way your muscles would develop and that your tendons would maybe stretch in a way that would make it like bad for running because your
Yeah.
knee would get
Yeah, you
all
might hurt
swirly.
yourself.
Yeah.
Because these people only,
I guess that could work both ways. It is a very different set of muscles, or your leg bends in a very different way.
What I think we need is a race walking 100-meter dash.
Okay.
A sprint race walking.
A sprint race walk.
that would be
They
so
fire the pistol.
Why don't you just put a motor on that
And then they just-
on that walker? Just put a motor on it.
Yeah, just motor race walking.
Okay, so what we have is floor exercise, table tennis, water polo, beach volleyball, break dancing, 100-meter dash, and synchro 10-meter platform diving. That's 7.
Oh, no.
What we'll do to narrow it down is lock. So I'm going to read it one more time, but slower. And I'm going to get everyone's gut reaction. Do you think it is a lock for the top 5? I just want a yes or no. If it's no, we can just move on and we can navigate from there. So here we go. Floor exercise, lock or no lock? It's a lock for me.
Lock.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Whoa.
I maybe
Right.
have to come back to it. I don't want to issue out 6 locks.
All right. Table tennis, lock or no lock?
Lock.
Lock it. It's
No.
a no.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not a lock for me.
Water polo, lock or no lock?
Lock.
I don't think so.
Lock.
Just for me. Yes!
Okay. I said no, so we'll move on. Beach volleyball.
Lock.
That's a lock.
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 That's a lock, yeah.
That's
It's
a
too
lock.
sexy.
Smash.
Yeah.
Break dancing, lock or no lock?
Lock.
Lock.
Wow.
Pop. And
It hasn't even happened yet.
That's
true.
That's how good it is.
it's the future.
I know it wasn't a rule we set, but it feels bad to eliminate events that have been going on for hundreds of years for the trade-off an event that has not actually happened yet.
It's the promise of the future, Des. That's what it is.
Suppose? I don't know.
But I also agree. I'm not locking it, so I'm gonna move on. 100-meter dash, lock or no lock?
Lock.
Lock. Lockety lock.
Lock.
Lickety lock.
Lickety lickety lock.
Synchro diving.
Lock.
Yeah, that's a lock.
Oh yeah, lock. Oh,
No
come on.
comment.
Oh,
No
man,
comment.
I don't like it when people do things at the same time.
Okay, so what we solved was very little, but here we go. We did beach volleyball and 100-meter dash. So we got 2 out of the way, and that leaves us with the rest. So we need to find 3 more to make it on the list. So the ones that weren't locked were floor exercise, table tennis, water polo, break dancing, and the diving as well. So, where do we want to go from here?
I think it's floor or breakdancing.
Those two, have a shared similarity and a shared skill set, and you gotta go with the floor.
You gotta go for the history of the floor routine. You gotta.
And we've seen Simone Biles, and we know what she can do. Again, we're living in this sort of,
Yeah, but have you
Fantasy
seen
world for
Simone
breakdancing.
Biles do the robot?
but you know she could. You know she could. I
You
think
can't
yeah.
wait to see if what she does with it.
I don't know. Can she, though? Because, this might be another sprinting race walking scenario. Maybe
That's
she's
true.
good at gymnastics, but she's bad at breakdancing.
But she's still the best the world has ever seen. at
It's true.
gymnastics.
She is so fucking good.
There is no other person who can hold a candle.
Well, and
not even
I
men.
suppose I'm willing to concede, since we can actually name
Yeah.
Athletes from
floor routine people,
Yeah.
and I don't even know
you're
who could
looking at
possibly represent.
one. You're looking at one right here. B-Boy Splits is coming
B-Boy
back.
Splits.
2024.
He's coming back.
Adam
He's
Patel
coming
to
back.
represent Team Canada.
Guys,
palm splits.
I know my routine. I can
He's
do it
representing
right
Rave
now.
Nation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Oh,
All
Okay.
right, so I'll give it to floor routine.
Floor.
thank you.
Good call.
All right, well then, if we're gonna eliminate water, then water polo versus synchro diving.
If-
This hurts me because I like both of these a lot, and they're very different. They are very, very different.
I like diving. I'm gonna say it.
I was gonna say polo over diving for me.
I like
Whoa.
polo over diving, but I
Ooh.
love diving.
Oof.
What are the other ones again?
We have
Beach
table
volleyball,
tennis.
100-meter dash.
Polo's the
Table
only
tennis.
the only team event in the list.
Yeah.
Right, that's true. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have to cut
I-
one. It looks like. So wait, 1, 2.
Well, we just cut
Yeah, we-
breakdancing.
yeah.
we need to cut
have
one more.
we have to cut one more, and then we have our list
I
of
take
5.
them both over table tennis.
No.
That's what I would do too.
That's so. But we don't have a one-on-one. We don't have a one-on-one. Your
I mean, a
argument for
100-meter dash is a bunch of
Is
ones.
a bunch of ones.
But it's not like
It's
I'm
not.
not looking you in the eyes and
But we
defeating
don't have
you.
large teams.
the
yeah,
the
and
mental.
water polo is
Yeah.
the large team. Yeah.
and
the-
it's not like
it's true.
basketball or
It's true.
baseball.
I can come around on water polo maybe for that reason, but the mental game one-on-one with somebody, that is like
Table
that is a
tennis?
sport. Yeah, for sure. Like it's just like tennis, but it's faster. You have to make a lot of decisions really quick and reflexes. Like
Oh
it's
my gosh.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
So did we just lock water polo?
No, I'm just saying like I can see the argument if we're looking at it in that perspective of like a full team.
It just doesn't do
So
it for
I'd
me.
say volleyball covers our duos, polo covers our teams, table tennis covers our one-on-ones, and then the rest is
Synchro diving is so amazing, though.
It
Dude,
is.
you're gonna choose fucking table tennis over sync diving?
I know.
Yes.
Synchronized diving.
Like, there's no.
it's basically just falling.
Oh, shut up.
There's so many cool clips of shit.
And there's a moment in time, like that splash versus no splash is so satisfying. Table tennis, it's like an additive thing. I don't know.
I would
Like,
much rather watch table tennis than diving. And
That's,
I like
that's insane.
I
You're fucking
100%.
insane. You're insane. It's people. It's ping pong. It's
ping
glorified.
pong.
Why-
It's
why are you-
glorified ping
what's
pong.
Basement.
No,
It's
you are
glorified ping pong.
How long does a dive last? Even
Oh,
from
hey,
10
That's
meters.
part
meters.
of the beauty of it.
Let's add air hockey in 2024. Hey, let's add skee ball.
How about Rock'em Sock'em Robots,
Pong.
Hal? You want Rock'em
Wow.
Sock'em Robots 2024? Where's
I-
Zend?
can't believe in 2021 the disrespect for table tennis
Hey,
in this room.
It's Olympics 2020.
That's right. Yeah, you're right. We're going in the past here. Even still, table tennis is more than you think it is. It's not
I'm
just
not saying it
ping
shouldn't
pong.
be an Olympic sport. I'm just saying it's not the top 5 best Olympic sports.
Yeah,
fucking awesome.
come on.
Okay, I want motorboating
maybe
back in the
top
mix.
10.
Yes, motorboating is back.
You're being petulant.
Word.
Oh, are we deadlocked?
No,
Is this
okay. Let's get our bearings here. So we know that floor exercise is in. We know
Yeah.
that beach volleyball is in. We know that 100-meter dash is in.
Yeah.
The one is in contention is table tennis, water polo, and synchronized diving. Is that it? I think so,
Yeah,
right?
I thought
Yeah.
we had 3. I thought we had 3 on water polo though, and we were evenly split on diving versus table tennis.
Yeah, I'm just opening up water polo because I'm not completely locked on it. I could be, though. I could be. I'm in the position that I do like diving more than water polo, but I see the argument for the team event thing.
Oh no.
You don't
I
have
think-
to have one of each. Of one of
Yeah.
each kind of event.
I know, but it just that it's so hard. Like,
So
it is
how
the
about-
toughest event?
How about this? We talked about this earlier about the summariness of an event. I suppose a pool event is more summary than
Yeah.
an indoor.
Yeah, table tennis
Table
could just
tennis
as well
event.
be a winter event.
It
It's
could
so
be.
silly that it's a
Yeah.
summer event.
It's
played
true.
entirely
It's true.
indoors.
Yes. And we did talk about how that maybe could be a factor.
Could be a factor.
I like the argument of the 1v1 over this idea of what's
Yeah.
summery and what's wintry.
But there are
like,
so many better 1v1 sports that weren't nominated.
Then
Of
why
course,
aren't they on the list, man?
Why
I
aren't they
get
on the
it.
list?
I get it. But there are so many better 1v1 sports than fucking table tennis.
Name 6.
yeah.
Fencing, karate, judo,
Greco-Roman wrestling.
weightlifting. In the end, they have a 1-to-1.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you guys are selling table tennis a little short here. I know it's
Because
easy to
it's-
make fun of because it's like,
It
it's
is.
ping pong or whatever, but like the amount of athletics you need to play fast-paced table tennis at that level at the Olympics, and all racket sports like that are all like making chess moves, but really quickly because it's table tennis. And you're trying to be like, okay, am I going to shoot it to the back? Am I going to shoot it close to the net? Am I
Okay.
going to do a smash? Like, there's a
Okay.
lot going on.
You sold me. I wasn't thinking of it that way at all. And you're right. Diving is the same dive 1,000 times. They do the same thing 1,000 times.
Don't do this.
Table tennis is
Don't do
cerebral.
this, Des.
I hadn't
Don't
thought of
do
it
this.
that way. I'm sorry, Leslie.
Don't do
but
this.
Tongue made a very good point.
Yeah.
We're standing at the platform, Des.
It's a reactionary.
I'm with you.
yeah.
Are you with me?
It's the
I'm
face-to-face
with
thing.
you. Are you with me?
It's a reactionary sport where you have to make calculations, and I wasn't thinking that way. But that is interesting, and it's worth mentioning.
So we're
And I'm
choosing
sorry.
table tennis over sink diving.
Leslie, your boner showing. Disqualified.
His rage boner because he's upset.
It's a mad boner. It's red.
I'm so sorry, Leslie, but it's true though. There's something to be said about being able to change an approach in the mix, and diving isn't that. Diving is the same jump that they've done for 3 years. You know what I mean?
All right. Sink diving, I guess you sink to the bottom.
I'm a reasonable person. I'm
Okay.
convinced.
I'm sorry, Leslie. I like sink diving.
It's beautiful. And Canada,
it's
this
beautiful,
should
it's
go
beautiful.
without saying that Canada is good at it too, which just makes it kind
But
of...
then we do race walking over water polo. That's my trade for this. That's my trade. That's my trade. That's my trade. That's my trade.
matter.
Huh? Guys, you with me?
You know,
Huh?
honestly, probably. But because
Stop
we
it!
need a water sport and because Des was so compromising in these moments, I'm going to go take it.
It's the
And we're-
toughest sport in existence. That's something, man. That's
Okay.
something.
Let's see if we're satisfied with the 5 that we have. I know all of us have our feelings, but here we go. Floor exercise, table tennis, water polo, beach volleyball, and a 100-meter dash. That's 5. Of course, I'm not crazy. If we keep table tennis, which I hope we do, that's a number 5. I can live with it.
Okay, good. How generous of you, but also that is the correct place for table tennis.
All right. Number 4.
Table tennis.
I'm happy putting water polo down there again because it's a weird one. Very few eyeballs are on it during the Olympic events. It doesn't have the big photo finish of the 100-meter dash. It doesn't have. It's not as sexy as you think it would be, considering it's a bunch of bathing suit people, but they've all got those helmets on with the giant ear things.
Well, and that's why I was going to suggest beach volleyball for number 4, because I think it is more sexy than Olympics.
Really?
Really?
To me, beach volleyball is a water sport too.
Yeah.
That's a water sport. It's on the beach.
Super summery. It's super. I think
It
beach
is the
volleyball
most
is like
summery,
the way you
arguably.
sell the Olympics. Is
Is it on a beach
get
or
it.
is it just sand in the arena?
they
It's
bring-
often mostly outside, or at least
Yeah.
it has been.
They do use arenas though, just so there's seating a lot of the time.
Yeah, but they're close to water and stuff. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
it's
All right.
generally.
I would have done beach volleyball higher personally.
Same. Yeah, I like
I
beach
would put-
volleyball.
Beach volleyball over floor routine.
I would too, to be
Okay,
honest.
great.
Oh.
I'll fly with that.
Wait, where's water polo in this? Is this
Still
climbing
fourth. I'm okay with
Fourth?
water polo
Yeah.
as fourth.
up? Okay.
Water polo fourth.
There are no heroes in water polo. Like 2-on-2 beach
Yeah.
volleyball, you get to know these people. Like it's more exciting from that regard.
So is the floor routine?
Dude, we're really gonna choose table tennis over fencing for one-on-one?
I would.
It happened.
It's more
yeah.
exciting. Table tennis is more exciting than
It
fencing.
is more exciting. I like both, but table tennis is faster.
And fencing just feels so richy rich, and like anybody could play table tennis. You know what I mean?
It's true.
They all have
Yeah.
motorboats.
Did you get like, I don't know, some motorboat company pay you to say the word motorboat like 1,000 times in this podcast?
I'll never tell.
Al Motorboat Connors. All right, I think we know where this is going. Probably 3, it sounds like floor routine, which I'm totally fine with. 2 would be beach volleyball.
Volleyball.
I
Yeah.
like it.
And 1 is,
Gotta be.
it
That's
has
Gotta
to
be the
be.
dash.
Bang!
Wow.
Right? So exciting. They put it right at the end of the Olympics because like that's what everybody's waiting for.
Dude, and it's in a stadium, and before it starts, you can hear a pin drop.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone tunes in. You gotta watch it.
So quick. And
That's
also,
the event.
those same guys get to do the relay later, which is also kind of fun. 'cause
Yes.
then you get
Relay
to watch
is
a bunch
fun.
of 100-meter dashes.
Yeah, relay is
It's also
fun.
really good.
All of the dashes are pretty, like everything from 1 to 2 to 400 are all
Yeah,
really exciting because
exciting.
they're all going full speed pretty much the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
no strategy. It's just run as fast as you fucking can.
Is 4 just one rotation? Is that
Yeah.
4? That's
around-
pretty sweet too.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you come around the corner and fall in line, and you're like,
And they all
"Whoa."
kind of are staggered because of how
staggered
they
start, yeah.
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 I
Exciting
never
stuff.
understood that, but I guess it makes sense.
It's math.
It's
Yeah,
math.
it's math. That's why I never understood it.
That's why 100 tops 400. No math.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's
All
easy to
right.
understand.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
we got it. So once again, number 5, everyone's favorite, especially Leslie's, table tennis. Number 4, water polo. Number 3, the floor exercise, the floor routine. Number 2, sexy beach volleyball. And number 1, because we all freaking love math. Or maybe we hate it, and that's why we want 100-meter dash to be number 1. Woo!
Yeah.
Happy.
Oh, that's a good list.
Sold. I'm excited.
A little bit of everything.
Yep.
Little
Wow.
taste.
Agreed.
And you know what? I have to apologize to the dressage event because it is in the Olympics this year. I was wrong. I read when it was taken out, but now it's back in. So fancy horse dancing.
So we can have a dressage reportage. We can.
You can have a dressage repechage. And you could also be like 61. Dressage is so dumb.
Get a massage following your dressage.
Let's do honorable mentions.
Yes.
I will just say for one person to just rapid fire theirs, and then we'll move on. I'm going to start with Al first, because I know Dez's list is probably pretty long. So we'll go with Al.
Just real short, some of the vaulting events where you used to vault over an actual horse. Any event where they replaced a horse with a piece of wood, the horse version was definitely an Animan. Yeah, that's it. Just all the
I wanted
vaulting.
us to know about jumping over things.
That was it.
Wow.
Classic.
That was going to be an event, and I was like, nah, I'm nominating motorboating.
And breakdancing.
No, breakdancing was...
Breakdancing is a
that's in
great
there, for real.
nomination,
Yeah.
and it should be on the list, right? To be honest, it should be over table
It
tennis.
hasn't
It should be.
happened yet. What
Should be.
happens if-
Nah.
Yeah.
It's not even happening
2024
this
Olympics-
year.
Paris
Yeah, I know.
2024.
If the 2024 Olympics never happen because of coronavirus COVID-48, then we will have egg on our faces for putting something on Olympic
Yeah,
events.
COVID-24. Yeah.
Table tennis belongs on the Ocho with cornhole.
You take that back. You take that back.
That's
I'm going
not
to
an
show you
honorable
some...
mention.
I'm
Bring
going to
your
show you some
hostility somewhere else,
crazy
Leslie.
table tennis afterwards, Leslie, and you're going to be like, oh my God, Tong, you're so right. Give me a racket right now. I want to be better. But before we get to that, I got to hear your list. So, Leslie, just rapid fire yours.
Well, speaking of events with a horse, the pommel horse, of course. This was one that Des spoiled. This was a potential nomination for me, but I just like it because it's cool. It's like these dudes, these thick dudes, just like planking over this weird thing, and
It's
you
a
never
show of
see it.
strength that's
Yeah.
unlike anything else out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It's
Lots
great.
of abs happening on that.
All the
pommel.
abs.
Yeah.
Even
Oh,
though
I
it's
forgot.
not
I forgot to mention diving. I read this on Wikipedia when I looked it up. Diving was originally called fancy diving. They used to call it fancy diving.
Yes.
That's
They should go
awesome.
back to that. That's
Yeah, I
right.
know.
Yeah.
That's probably why
Running and
motorboating
fancy running.
didn't make it. Should have been fancy motorboating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, motorboating is just fancy rowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greco-Roman wrestling.
Yeah.
That's great.
The
That's a
original.
one-on-one.
Yeah, that's a one-on-one. You love it. You love it. They tried to get rid of it. How can you get rid of wrestling in the Olympics? It's like the
Yeah,
first.
how it
It's like
started.
the first event. The
And
oiled
it's
naked
like-
dude.
Yeah, real wrestling too, not your fake wrestling. So
No,
not your
but they
WWE.
should. They should get fake wrestling into the Olympics. I think.
Yeah, it should just be like the event of entertainment.
Yes. yeah.
Yeah.
And we have crowned our. What's this? Oh my God! It's The Rock. The Rock. He's come.
Do they enter with their wrestling name or their real name? In
No,
that
it'd be
event?
like Vladimir Putin in person, like as the heel, showing up at the last minute
Yeah.
to take
It's
the.
Putin. It's
Takes it
Putin.
off
He's
the
in a
podium.
tank. My God.
Yeah, shirtless on horseback.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Very similar to the 100-meter dash, the 100-meter freestyle swimming. So great. That's
Yeah.
another all-action
So fast.
event. Boom. Can't miss it. Gotta watch it. The shot put. I like the shot put. I like the weird chalk on the neck.
And the spinning.
And these like with their jowls and they're spinning and then they
Yeah.
just chuck a rock.
You're just in the pocket of big neck chalk, Leslie. Just hawking that neck chalk.
Yeah.
Accuse me of motorboat sponsorship.
But they gotta like chuck a shot put like in a specific way too. You can't like overhand throw it like a
Push it.
a baseball.
Yeah, yeah.
push
gotta,
You
like-
can't physically overhand throw a shot put.
I mean, maybe you can't.
Well, okay.
Easy
You're right, I
flips.
can't because I don't think it can be
Easy.
done.
Yeah, you might be right, but I don't know. Leslie, do you have any more?
Yeah, the discus is cool, I guess, and this I like the weightlifting, but I like the super heavyweights because they're the dudes with guts, and they just lift the heaviest weight, and like that's the funnest thing. And that's another one where records keep getting pushed and pushed and pushed because it's like dudes just keep getting stronger, which is cool.
Yeah, they figure it out.
That one scares me though. All the weightlifting one scares me because it's just,
it's
like,
cool though because they like do the smelling salts and they're like and they go into like they go into like an exorcism.
I've seen too many of those videos where the weight like kind of just crushes them of some sort, you know, like they try to lift it and then their like body fails them, and I'm like, oh, I don't even see that.
Yeah,
it does push a body to the limits, like in a way that is
ultimate show of strength.
Spectacular.
Yeah,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's like when they lift and their nose starts bleeding. It's like, God damn, holy shit!
Don't do this anymore.
Man, I can barely lift the bar without any weights on it, so like that's where I'm at. Yeah.
No, thank you.
All right, Des, what do you got?
Okay. So combined events I think are super fun. So like the gymnastics combined events where you get a guy who can do a pommel horse and the rings and a vault and all that. Those are great. Decathlon, heptathlon, where you're doing a discus, but you're also jumping over hurdles. All of those are really fun to watch. You know, normally takes a few days, but that's fun too. One of the original Olympic events was the tug of war. And that charms me so much. I think that's so cute. Just, it would be like, get your whole gang. Everybody pulls on a rope, and that's how you know which country is strongest.
Dude, tongue whipped my ass in tug of war in It Takes Two, that video game.
Yeah, it's true.
Whip my ass in tug of war.
You're not good at it.
You should get a real live in-person rematch because that was.
Oh no.
That's a socially distanced Olympic event, one-on-one.
That is good. They should bring it back. They should bring it back.
Fall in a pit of mud? Do you remember?
That
slime.
should be it. That should be it.
Yeah.
It should be
yeah.
slime.
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 Nickelodeon presents Tokyo 2020
Just
tug of war.
exactly body temperature slime, so it feels.
The
really
Punisher resides over the pit of slime.
Oh God.
Yeah. That's great.
So, nobody mentioned cycling. Cycling's, Tour de France gets a lot of hype for cycling, but the oval, that's fast and really exciting. Canada also has a really.
Oh, the oval is really fun because there's crashes and stuff. That's fun.
Velodrome.
And Canada also has a lot of dual athletes that do like cross country skiing and cycling. Like they'll do or speed skating and cycling. Like we have a few of those competing. That's fun too. And this year they're rolling out a lot of new events that are very exciting. So just to sort of promote the Olympics, even though I think they shouldn't happen and they're terrible for the world. Surfing is this year. Karate is this year. Skateboarding is this year.
Skateboarding is so dope.
It's so exciting.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be.
Do you know if they're doing vert and street?
I don't. I think they are. I think there's like a skateboard cross too. I think a very similar stuff to what they did with snowboarding.
Skateboard cross? That sounds fun.
I've made up a lot of stuff already today.
I'll look it up. We'll look it up.
But it's just
skateboarding would be
fast and fun and full of cute 15-year-olds, who are like really good at it.
And Tony Hawk, he'll make an appearance. I think he's retired, but he's gonna come anyways. I'm sure.
His 50-year-old frame will be perfect for podium.
The skateboard biathlon where it's skateboarding and quadratic equations.
Yeah.
That's how we should find the next ruler of the world, is the guy who can do both those things. Mm-hmm. He's going to be the right man for the job. The events in skateboarding are men's park, women's park, men's street, and women's street. So I think
street, yes.
Yeah.
I love the street skating. I love it.
That's cool.
It'll be super fun to watch. And again, it's bringing the rich sports like yachting. Yachting is still something that's in the Olympics. Horse riding is still in the Olympics, but skateboarding is something that you can see in your neighborhood every day. It just makes things a bit more real and a bit more immediate.
When's rollerblading happening? Scootering.
I mean,
segways.
It's all the same set. Like the setup for skateboarding would be the same as scootering. So it's really just a matter of using those resources better.
Yeah. Same as motorized rascal.
Yeah, wheelchair.
Electric scooter freestyle.
Yeah.
E-bike racing. What about you, Tung? What are your animenches?
Oh, yeah. I have, let's see. We said a lot of them. High jump I really liked.
Yes.
Yeah.
High jump's
We
good.
mentioned pole vault. That one's just crazy. That one's just fun. That's wow. They could go so far on that thing.
Pole vault has slow motion built into the sport, like the way it unfolds. It's just run, and then it just slows down. Animated. Okay, and it's regular speed again.
And then at the end they fall into a big poofy cloud, and that always
Exactly. Is there ever a case where that pole actually snaps too?
There has,
Yep.
It's once or twice Olympics a pole will snap.
Whoa.
That's drama right there.
It is. Who
That
knows,
is
right?
drama.
Wouldn't that be fun if one of them was designed to snap and it was like you just get the short stick? So every kind of time someone runs, there's an element of danger.
I like it. I like it. Badminton was the other racket sport.
Mm-hmm.
Not as I love badminton, but table tennis I think is a little bit
Table
more
tennis is
fast-paced.
faster.
Yeah. But badminton's pretty fucking fast. So
It is, yeah, that is.
yeah. Archery, archery is pretty freaking cool. We don't see that every day. Boxing, I think, is cool. Handball's silly.
Handball is water polo, but dry.
Yeah, there you go. And the one that hasn't it's you mentioned a lot of events that are coming, but you didn't mention this one, which is like sports climbing, like speed climbing and bouldering.
Yeah, oh, that's cool. That's good. That is real cool.
That is really fun too. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Spider-Manning.
Yeah,
There's gonna be a lot of teenagers who are good at that.
Yeah, even younger than that. We went. We got really into rock climbing pre-pandemic, and we went to this competition, and they're all young kids because they have the most control over their body weight,
And their body weight is evenly distributed. Yeah.
Exactly. So they are just crushing it, and it's incredible. Speed climbing is just another demon in itself. It's fun.
Years and years and years ago, when the X Games, when people had cable, first of all, and the X Games was a thing, I remember watching a speed climbing race, and they don't get a chance to see the course or whatever that's on the wall. And it was a 14-year-old girl who just every single time just aced it. She just had that kind of brain, and she was it was spooky to watch her skitter up the wall like a fucking spider.
It was like a Korean horror movie, crawling up.
Like a water demon over you on the ceiling.
She would twist her neck around every time she reached the top. Yeah.
Real
amazing.
Exorcist grudge type shit. That's all of my stuff. Thank you all so much for listening to another episode of Ranked. Before we go, we couldn't have done it. This episode would not exist without Des. So everyone, Des, Connors, everyone.
Yay.
I love the Olympics, man. It's the right amount of sport enthusiasm for me. 2 weeks every 2 years. That's all I can muster. I don't have the energy or the attention span to be a professional sport fan. And also, there's gatekeeping sometimes with professional sports, where if you say I'm a hockey fan, someone will be like, "Well, then name the starting lineup," which isn't a hockey thing to say. But they're like, "Who won the Stanley Cup in 1978?" I don't have the fucking time to learn all those stats. I have enough time for 2 weeks of armchair expertism twice a year. And also, the variety is insane. There's a lot more women in sport on the Olympics than there is any other time. And, a little bit of patriotism. I like to adopt a few other countries, too, so I can get excited for them.
There's singing. Yeah. It's got everything.
Yeah, there's a lot of little movies that they make about the hometown team, right? Sometimes you're moved to tears depending on the story. It's wonderful.
It seems like a very, very expensive event to put on every couple years.
It's irresponsible.
A different podcast will tell you how it's the socioeconomic impact of the Olympics is ghastly. But that being said, I like to watch it.
Yeah. Des, do you have anything to plug for the people at home?
I am a member of an improv organization named Crush Improv. And I don't know if we have anything going on. But,
not right now, no.
Yeah, but when we get back on, it's going to be so fun, and I miss everybody so much. So right now, this is sort of my deal. I do podcasts, and when I'm not doing podcasts, I bully Tongue about the podcasts he's already produced.
Saying I should be on them. You should have had me on this.
Most recently, I have done that.
Last week, Des said your guest was okay, and then she went on to say how much better of a job she would have done.
I didn't say those words, but I did point out
I did mean that.
And it's true. I believe it. Des knows her stuff. She does her research. I love her. I love that.
When I know what I'm talking about, I know what I'm talking about. But that only happens every once in a while. So when it's something I know what I'm talking about, I'm like, oh, there's so much to say.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Des. Al Connors, everyone. Al, thank you for being on this podcast.
Happy to be here. Crush Improv will do something again someday. I've got an outdoor deck that could be a stage maybe to live stream something for friends and family.
True.
Thinking about summer activities. Alconnors.ca is where you can find me for professional things, high live stream stuff for other people, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, professional DJ. Still
I do a little
supposed
bit
to
of that too.
DJ
Yeah.
our wedding. It hasn't happened yet, but watch out, everyone.
It'll
See
be
you
there.
on the dance floor.
It'll happen.
Disco ball and everything.
Of course.
We can all dance like we're race walking. That would actually be pretty cool.
Yeah. That's it.
Instead of dance like no one's watching, dance like you're race walking.
Race walking.
Leslie Cherokee. Leslie, look at us. You know, we went through a
Look at us.
divorce. We went through
Oh.
some real heated stuff, but here we are once again, together again. It takes
Wow.
two of us.
It takes two, buddy.
Leslie,
Buddy pal.
what do you have to plug for the people at home?
Yeah, you can check out the Improv Punch Up at podcavern.com. It's the long-form improv show where Angus, Tung, and myself are stuck in a digital space called the simulacrum, which is not what that means. That's not what that word means.
Is it
But
not?
we've
Oh, geez.
designated a digital space called the simulacrum where we are bound to punch up movies that aren't good enough from the big Hollywood studios, and it's pretty good time. I'd also like to plug Swiffer Wet Jet.
Okay.
If you want to push dirt around your apartment,
Get
get
out
a
of here.
get a Swiffer Wet Jet.
What are you doing?
You want to change the streaks on your floor from being in one direction to being in a different direction.
Get a Swiffer Wet Jet.
Huh. Al, you're not a fan of Swiffer Wetjet, I hear.
Come on.
Motorboats.
Give me a
Motorboat.
friggin'
Yeah.
break.
You're an old mop guy. You're old
An
fashioned
old
like that.
mop guy.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Old Moppy.
All right. Well, this podcast is not sponsored by Swiffer, but if you want to sponsor us, then yeah, sure, Swiffer Wetjet. It's okay. It's fine. You got to put batteries on the thing. That's kind of annoying.
I won't be there.
Wow. Didn't know Al had this strong
Wow.
feelings for
Al's
mopping.
kind of a Swiffer Wet blanket, if you know.
All right.
That was
all
the
right.
joke. That was
That's
the joke.
good. That's good. All right.
I
you
was
can
going
find
to
the
say
rest.
something about like Sir Alfred Swiffer ran over Al's cat, and so now he doesn't like any of the Swiffer products.
You don't like any of the Swiffer products. Wow.
No, screw that. Use a fucking rag. You don't need to buy something.
Wow. Wow. The more we learn, next podcast together, top 5 cleaning products, but we'll save it because it's such a
Mr.
juicy
Clean Magic
episode.
Eraser can go fuck himself.
Lots of strong opinions. This is all new to me. But anyways, you can find the rest of the shows in the Pod Cavern at www.podcavern.com. Check out all the shows in there. Check out some merch. Use the Amazon affiliate link to help support us. Do all the things. Just listen to our episodes. Share it around. We love having you. We love hearing from you. So if you have any ideas or just want to send us a nice little email, you can email us at ranked@podcavern.com. All right. That's it for the show today. And let's all, I guess, synchronize.
I got the results are in.
Oh my God.
Tung tested positive for horse TRT.
You're not
Horse
supposed to know about that.
TRT.
What is,
Tung, is this? Have you been taking horse TRT?
what does this acronym stand for?
Testosterone replacement therapy?
Oh yeah, I didn't think the test would catch that.
You're clopping around. We can hear it.
That mane is undeniable.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I thought you just
Conscious.
couldn't get a haircut, but that is a horse's mane.
Yeah, it's halfway down your back.
Beautiful.
Just let me in this one game, okay? This one. I won't come back for next year. Just let me compete this year. I need that gold medal.
Come to think of it, the last vote you were at, you voted nay?
There it is.
Okay, we're ending the show
Good
then.
night, everybody.